Well, on the day I'm recording this, as you can see, it's a little bit damp. So I thought I'd come and sit in the greenhouse. This is partly about the harvest. It's a loose link, but it's the best I could achieve. So today's reading is taken from Luke, chapter 10. It's verses 1 to 6, and then finally verse 16. And it's about Jesus sending out the 70. So, after this, the Lord appointed 70 others and sent them on ahead of him in pairs to every town and place where he himself intended to go. He said to them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the labourers are few. Therefore ask the Lord of the harvest to send out labourers into his harvest. Go on your way. See, I am sending you out like lambs in the midst of wolves. Carry no purse, no bag, no sandals, and greet no one on the road. Or whatever house you enter, first say, 'Peace to this house.' And if anyone is there who shares in peace, your peace will rest on that person. But if not, it will return to you. Whoever listens to you listens to me, and rejects you rejects me. And whoever rejects me rejects the one who sent me." Okay. The Lord has appointed 70 in addition to the original disciples and sent them on ahead of him. Imagine what it must have felt like to be appointed by Jesus to do his work and to carry on the work of the disciples. Now, the reading does not even hint at how the 70 were chosen, but one thing is for sure, they would have been both proud, but even more so nervous, scared, and even frightened by the prospect. They had seen Jesus come back to them, but they had also seen how the Jewish faith felt about this new movement. And suddenly, they are chief spokesmen. And imagine the audience. You have devout Jews on one side and Gentiles on the other. And your message is that Jesus has come to fulfill the Jewish law, not to overturn it. It's obvious how the Jewish would have felt, but the Gentiles would have been, well, if not against this new message, probably indifferent to it. But here you are. You know it's all true. You've seen it with your own eyes, and you've spoken to others who saw Jesus come back from the dead. And you want others to know the truth you've seen. But Jesus is very clear in his warning. You will be as lambs amongst wolves. But their faith was founded on experience, and they're ready. And this is not to happen slowly over months. Talk to any farmer, and they know that the harvest time brings a sense of urgency. Once it's ready, they are out there in all weathers, at all hours, getting the harvest in. And so it is with Jesus' instructions. The harvest is plentiful, but the labourers are few. This reminds me of Churchill's famous line about the many and the few. The 70 are the few, and there are, oh, so many to share the truth with. And this sense of urgency is again reinforced by his phrase, "Greet no one on the road." Well, he's not telling them to be rude, but he's telling them not to get sidetracked by less important things. Push on quickly. This is important work I have tasked you with. And so jumping to the final verse, verse 16. Whoever listens to you listens to me, and rejects you rejects me, and whoever rejects me rejects the one who sent me. This is a serious warning. Jesus is effectively saying that accept or reject, and they will be directly doing this to the very God they have been waiting for all their lives. Jesus is not a new God, a false prophet, but comes on behalf of their God, is their God. This is about as serious as it gets for a first century Jew. But what does all this tell us now? Well, in a way, it's all a bit uncomfortable, really. Okay, we are not the 70, but we can trace a direct line back to them. We are, if you like, their great, and, keep going, grandchildren. We are part of the church their actions led to. But do we feel the urgency that Jesus was instilling in them? Do we drop everything and travel on ahead to make the way for Jesus? Well, you might well respond with, well, after 2,000 plus years, perhaps those 70 were a bit keen. In reality, is the effect of a failed Christian harvest actually all that disastrous after all? Let's be a bit British about this. Let's just take our time and see what happens. Well, perhaps we can put a modern spin on our evangelism, if that is what is needed now, if that's what's most likely to work. If something is true, and you know it is true, then how you proclaim it is much less important than the fact that it's true. If we get all hung up on the delivery of the message over the substance of it, then we must expect to fail, and rightly so. So for me, hang on to the truth that this and other passages point to. Try to live your life by them and help others to them in your own way. What was right for the 70 may not be right for the one, for you. But it doesn't change the gospel truth. Amen.